decided to take their talents and their energy and efforts in the fitness space and open up their own fitness facility. So we're going to talk about all of what it takes to run a brick and mortar location like they are doing. So super proud of these guys. So we're going to be talking to them today, the brother from Amaysing Fitness. So do me a favor, comment in the chat where you're from, drop the name of your business and all your brand, and smash that share button, ladies and gentlemen. And let's kick it this morning.
Growing up in St. Louis has never been easy, and most say if you want to succeed here, that you must leave and put down roots somewhere else because of the strong crabs in a barrel mentality here.
I don't know if I'm just an optimistic person, but to see people like Chuck Berry and Nelly make it in the music industry, or the Roberts brothers and Dave Stewart in business, or William Lacey Clay Jr. in politics, can we blame the city, or is it that people just aren't hungry enough?
We're talking to all of the movers and shakers in this town, from entertainers to politicians, social activists and organizers, and of course, entrepreneurs.
Is there a curse on this city that holds people back? Is there an unseen hand that decides who makes it and who doesn't? You're about to find out.
Welcome to St. Louis Hustle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the St. Louis Hustle Podcast. I am your host, CORTEZ Hustle. Normally, you see the lovely Michelle A sitting beside me, but she's not available today. I'm asking you guys to keep her in your prayers as her father is going through some medical challenges this morning. So we're praying for you, Michelle, and we're praying for Daddy Michelle as well. Hopefully, all will be well with you. Guys, normally we get into what Michelle did this weekend, and she's not here. So I'm gonna tell you what I did this weekend. What did I do this weekend? Not a whole bunch of nothing, man. As you guys know, I was in Kansas City last week and came down with a case of COVID, man. So I struggled a little bit last week. This weekend, I was actually feeling good. It was actually my birthday. June 25th was Saturday. And I was slated to be with my girl, Gia Scott, and on a nice weekend excursion over in Grafton, Illinois. None of that took place. Why? Because COVID decided to show up and rear its ugly head. So I was basically feeling close to 100%, but still trying to stay out of everybody else's way. Last thing I want to do is get anybody else sick because I know what it's like to be down with the vid, and this is my second time having it. So I thank God that it was nowhere near as bad as it was the first time. The first time I literally couldn't get out of bed for 2 straight weeks. This time I had a little cold, little headache, and a lot of congestion, but I was still able to work out 3 days last week. I was still able to get up and take care of business. I still did some STL Hustle Spotlight. So I was moving and grooving, but wasn't feeling my normal self. So on my birthday, I was just kind of kicked back doing a whole lot of nothing. So I don't know what my wife's got planned for me this weekend, but we're going to go kick it just a little bit. And I'm excited about that. I didn't mention the sponsor of the show for today. Y'all know what it is. Local Biz Marketing Pros is solving the biggest marketing challenges facing small local businesses. Anything from SEO, website, PPC, social media. We can handle it all. And we want to be your marketing service partners and help you become the best known at what you do and ultimately position you to become the best at what you do. So all you got to do is go to Local Biz Marketing Pros, reach out to those guys, and they'd be happy to help you guys with any marketing challenges that you may have. So before we get into the Michelle A word of the day, we're going to go ahead and introduce our guest. Shout out to my guy, Kris Elliott and Lanice Elliott over at Trio Banquet Centers because they brought these guys to my attention. And they was like, man, these two brothers, both under the age of 25, decided to open up a gym and take their fitness experience and go public with it. So I said, man, I've got to get these guys on the show to find out how it's going and what it's like to be young entrepreneurs in the St. Louis metro area. So let me introduce to some of you guys and present to others Mr. Kris and Anthony from Kris and Andrew from Amaysing Fitness. Sorry, brother. I didn't mean to call you Andrew, Anthony,
Okay.
Andrew. But here we go, man. How you guys doing this morning?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Definitely.
All right,
bro.
man. So before we get into exactly who you guys are and all of that, we do a segment on this show called the Michelle A Word of the Day. So I'm going to hit them with the word of the day. And if you guys have something that you want to comment on as it relates to this word of the day, feel free as well. And then we'll get into your story and how everything is going as the owners of the brand new Amaysing Fitness Center. So let's get into the Michelle A Word of the Day.
And now the Michelle A Word of the Day.
All right, as you guys probably guessed it, I am not Michelle A, but nevertheless, I brought a word of the day for you. And today's word is trust. And in every sense of the word, I want you guys to think about what it means to really trust someone as we continue to move throughout our journey in this thing called life, man. One of the things that we keep hearing over and over and over and over, especially in the Black community, is that we don't trust each other. And I know that not to be true, but it's something that is perpetuated over and over and over. So I want to encourage you to trust in 3 different ways. Number 1, trust God. Because my girl Michelle A is struggling with some health issues with her father. I want to encourage her to trust that God has got this. And he is not surprised that your father is going through some challenges. He's not surprised that you're feeling the way that you're feeling about said challenges. So trust and believe that he's got a peace that surpasses all understanding. So lean unto him. So number 1, trust God. Number 2, trust yourself, man. A lot of times we allow fear to and doubt to show its ugly face in everything that we want to do, all of our ambitions and aspirations. And we let that stop us because we don't trust in the abilities that God gave us. We don't trust in the knowledge that we've accumulated over the years. We don't trust in ourselves as much as we should and that we could. So I want to encourage you to trust in yourself today. And last but not least, I want to encourage you to trust in your fellow man. We got to stop perpetuating the lie that we don't trust each other. Of course we do. We got to stop perpetuating the lie that we can't do business with each other. Of course we can. The reason that we can't is because of the story we keep telling ourselves over and over. And I want you to understand something about a lie. If you tell a lie loud enough and long enough, it becomes truth. Who told us we couldn't trust each other? Who told us we couldn't do business with each other? And how often did they say it? They said it so often that we came to believe it ourselves. And now we start telling each other that that is the truth. And it's just simply not. No more evident than the 2 brothers that I have on the show today talking about coming together and forming a business in the fitness space. So that, my friends, is a Michelle A Word of the Day. So let's get back to these 2 brothers, Kris and Andrew. Welcome to the show, man. I ask everybody that comes on the St. Louis Hustle podcast this one question, and I ask it to you. And the question is this, my friend: who the heck are you?
So I'm Krisna Mays. I'm 23. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. A little bit about me: I coach high school football at Lutheran St. Charles, right next to the Rexplex in St. Peters. I coach track. I'm their strength and conditioning coordinator up there for football. It's really not a lot to me other than I love athletes. I love sports. I love training. Love being active, and health is wealth. That goes without showing.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Andrew, my friend, who the heck are you?
I'm Andrew Baldwin, 23 years old, father in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a massage therapist for about 1.5 years now. It all started becoming a personal trainer. He brought me into it when we came back together, and it led up to that situation. I love sports as well. Grew up playing sports. situations happened where I couldn't, you know what I'm saying, go to the next level with sports. And then so I made it this way to help the younger generation with what I didn't have.
Love it, love it, love it. So both of you guys sports background. What's favorite sport?
Football, of course. Gotta be football.
Yeah. So both of you guys played football. I know you're coaching football. So you played football too, Andrew?
Of course. We played growing up. We started at 7 to knee high. Played all the way up till high school together. And then from there we kind of went different ways, split paths. We didn't talk for like probably 5-6 years. After high school, I went and played college ball for 2 years. That didn't work out. He ended up calling me just out the blue one day, and we picked up right where we had left off. We had always been together growing up playing football. Like that's literally how we met all our friends, our closest friends, our closest teammates. Like even the people we see today now, like we won't talk to them for 3-4 months, but if we see them in public, it's all love and all of that. We got so much to thank football for in itself. It was life changing.
Football changes definitely, life aspect.
Gotcha. Well, let's do this, man. Y'all know how it is. We in St. Louis, man. Shout out the Little League program, and then y'all went into high school. Y'all know everybody in St. Louis want to know what high school you went to. So where you guys play your ball at?
So now I know this is a big argument in St. Louis. So we was born in St. Louis. Our parents pretty much took us out the city, brought us out here to the county. Like right now, our business is in St. Charles. We both moved out to Wentzville. I ended up going to school in O'Fallon Christian High School. I lived in Winslow, then I moved out to, my parents moved out when I was about, I'd say first grade, 7 years old, when I went to St. Peter's. And we relocated to St. Peter's because my dad got a job there. So I went to the Fort Zone East.
Okay.
I was supposed to go to Fort Zone South, but then I guess through my middle school years, that's when they built East, which was new in the past 12 years. So that's where I graduated from. Now,
we are very familiar with the big high school contest in St. Louis. So from this high school, man.
Yeah. So what was the peewee club that you guys played for starting out young? I remember when my sons were younger, they ultimately ended up playing basketball. I got a son playing college ball now. But they started out playing footballs with the JFL Raiders organization. And I just remember going down to Dickey and all of those different places. But I know there's clubs all over, especially St. Charles, Wentzville. You guys have some different organizations out there. What were the peewee leagues that they have out there?
So we played we started off in the JFL. We played with Mid Rivers. And the thing about that was the coaches that we had were well connected with a lot of the St. Louis teams. So we played Matthew Dickey's. We played in the Herbert tournaments, all of that. So we played a lot of the city teams. We scrimmaged a lot of them, which honestly made it easy during the season.
We traveled a lot, everybody. We definitely traveled a lot.
Yeah, did a lot of traveling. Always went to the show me games in Columbia, where we would play teams from Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma,
all over. And then about middle school, so his dad was the head coach of us through our lives. And in middle school, that's when Baird Academy opened up in St. Louis.
Okay.
High school. And honestly, our team was the first team to ever establish a football team at Baird Academy. We were their team middle school. And was it sixth grade or fifth grade?
That was sixth grade.
Yeah, we started the team in sixth grade. And connection, like he said, connection throughout St. Louis, collaborated some teams, made a one big team, and went to the Ivy League with Chaminade, CBC, DeSmet, SLU, Trinity, all of them.
Westminster, Vianney.
And the crazy part about that was we was in 6th grade, but we played 7th and 8th.
Oh man.
So
Okay.
and some JV teams in high school,
Wow.
in the high school, and we only in 6th grade.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, sports background, and after high school, I know Kriss went to college a couple of years. Was it always, hey, if the sports dream don't make it, I'm going into fitness training? Was that always on the radar for you guys?
For me, honestly, no. Like because I just like any other young athlete, I'm like, oh no, I'm going to the league. There ain't no backup plan. There's no. I'm going to the league.
Yeah.
Once college hit and reality started to kick in and different things started happening, going through adversity, I had to figure something else out, but I knew it had to do with sports. I knew it had to. I figured out in college with learning and academics that I have to do something that I love and I'm interested in. That's the only way I'm going to be motivated to do it. That's the only way I'm going to be consistent. And that's how you're successful, is consistency. So I knew I love sports. I'm like, well, let me see what training is. But it's a small background story to that. Once I came home from college, my dad got a call from one of the guys that used to coach us, and he had a CrossFit gym. I was probably 19 at the time, and he was like, "Hey, what's your oldest son doing?" And he was like, "Well, I mean, he just came home from college. He really trying to figure out what's next." And he was like, "Well, I got a gym. If you want to be a trainer, like, I got some guys. He can come up here and train." And it started off from there. And I fell in love with it from the first day, and I just ran off with it since then.
Love it, love it, love it. And I know, Andrew, you got a story too, but I want to Kriss, talk about that jump from high school to college as an athlete, and what should some of the expectations. I'm sure you're talking to young guys who are preparing their bodies for that next level and that next leap now, but are you also talking to them about preparing their mind for that next leap? Because it's a different thing when, hey, I'm playing football and because I love it, but that next level, it becomes a job. Like it's 6-8 hours of hey, football. And I don't think a lot of young athletes understand that side of it. So how do you help prepare mentally?
So to start off, that was one of the biggest motivators for what we did here, is to pretty much teach the youth and the younger kids everything that we didn't know coming up, train them, their bodies physically different, mentally, prepare them different. Like, we have kids that come up here, they come up here just to kick it, just to hang out with us, just to talk to us after they work out. Like, just because of the vibe that we bring, we teach different things, and that's the main thing. Like, I tell kids, one thing I don't want you to get burned out with sports. Like, I know a lot of parents try to live through their children, so they'll put them in all the camps, all the training, well, he might not want to do that. That might, and at some point, a kid is going to get burned out with doing the same thing over and over again. But for the small percentage that really love football, really love doing it, absolutely, we preach every day. Like, you lay here, you can't do. In college, like, your coach is not going for that. The door gonna be locked for the meetings. They gonna call everybody's name. You don't answer. Like, just know you're gonna get that huddle message. Like, hey, make sure you see me in the gym. Like, so we definitely preach to the young kids. Like, it's a different level. It's a job. It's you have to love it, and you got to take care of your academics too. Like, and that's where a lot of kids don't realize. Like, oh yeah, I could play football and do school I did in the high school. Yeah, well, you also go home. Your parents there, they telling you to do your homework. I'm sure you got a curfew.
Right.
All kind of other things. Like, you don't have as much freedom. And speaking from personal experience, when I got up to college coming from a strict household, like, I'm like, bro, my parents not here? What? And that just, and from there, it was just, I had a lot of growing up to do.
Gotcha.
But glad I did it, and everything happens for a reason. I feel like all of that happened so that I can be a voice for these younger kids, for them to, look up to, have somebody to look up to other than their dad, other than their uncle, other than their grandpa, or even other than their coach if they go to a different school. So proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's our motto.
Love it. Andrew, massage therapy, right? What drew you that direction and the fitness world? And that's what I love about you guys being in the fitness space, is that there's so many pathways to success and so many elements. And I'm glad to see that you guys fusing a few different elements to make Amaysing Fitness stand out and different than what everybody else got going on. So what drew you to the physical, the massage therapy side of it?
So back in middle school, I broke my patella in the Show Me games. And tore my, was it MCL, or it was one of the ACLs or MCL?
Everything.
And going through that at a young age, because football was my life then. That was everything. And going through that at a young age, not playing, to see my friends playing, dealing with school, and I couldn't even do a lot of things like besides football, go outside, do other things, just strictly read books, stay inside. I'll probably get a phone call here, and then physical therapy. I went to physical therapy. And when I went to that, I had a connection with my physical therapist, and we talked, and she helped me through a lot mentally. Not even just physically, it was mentally. And right then and there, that's what I wanted to do, all the way up through high school. And then high school came, football got more serious. And then, that's when colleges started looking, I'm thinking I'm that dude with the whoop. Senior year comes. That's when I had my son.
Okay.
And so that, another battle, another wall of life right there, another mental thing. It's like, what do I do? Do I stay at home, or do I go to college, go get that experience? And I still wanted to become a physical therapist. That was my plan B still. Yeah. And so I graduated. My son was born. I was just soaking it all in. I didn't go to school. Actually, no, I went to community college for a year. I did that full year. Stopped. Took care of my son. Then that's when my entrepreneurship started. Okay. I started my own cleaning business. I just started doing that. And then the story, like you said, I called him out of nowhere. Just something, I don't even know, I can't, just something told me, yo, call your homeboy, man. See what's up. Call you and see your family. So I called him. We talked it up. He was telling me he was doing college. I wasn't. We gave each other, the insights of each other's lives, the different aspects, And I was like, yo, you have a talent. Like, this kid wasn't big and swole like he is now, you know what I mean? So I was like, you have a talent, man. Like, if the school is not what you wanted to do for real, and you've done it 2 years, you're good at it, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you're bad at it, you're good at it still. Go ahead and try something that you actually like, that you want to do. He did it, we ran off. Then he was like, yo, you should do it with me. So that's when I said I did a physical personal training with him. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let you do that. And I'm gonna do something different. So I'm starting with massage therapy to lead off to start school to become a physical therapist. That's my end goal by the end of the year, is become a physical therapist, or start the school at least. Okay. So become a massage therapist that helps me knowledge with the body, I'm also becoming a yoga instructor. That's what I'm doing right now.
Gotcha.
So it's just, I'm just taking easy steps instead of going full through and just being patient.
Gotcha. Oh man, I love that as a plan. It's like I'm developing skill sets that can help me pay the bills, but these skill sets aren't just random. They're not just me just all over the place. No, there's a natural progression so that when I get into physical therapy school, I already understand the physiology, I understand the terminology of the body and all. So that's going to make learning that a lot easier. So and then just understanding the business side of, okay, entrepreneurship. That's ultimately what you're doing it for. A lot of people think about physical therapy and then I'm going to work at a big hospital. You're already saying, hey, I'm going to get this physical therapy certification so that we can make what we already have even better. So I love that, which brings me to the place of Amaysing Fitness, right? So how long before you guys, especially you, Kriss, as a personal trainer and somebody else's gym and organization, that you start to think, you know what? I think I need my own thing.
So, honest, like, it's crazy how all of this worked out. Like, this year has literally been a movie for both of us. I had our goal. Like, the reason we laughing is because it happened at one time. Like, our goal was to have our own gym, and originally it was to create our own, like, you know, get it built up from the ground and everything else. And that was kind of like, even with this year, at the beginning of this year, that was kind of like a 2-year plan for us. But at the time, I've been training since I was 19, so obviously my clientele picked up. I got better with my craft, and like I said, the biggest thing about me and him is we understand this generation of kids. They look at us different than how they look at a lot of other people our age. We can get a lot out of them that even their parents can't get out of them. And I say that to say, I think it was probably like in January, I was training at a facility, at a baseball facility in O'Fallon. And I was renting out space for it. That's what I started doing the past 2 years, was renting out space. That way I could bring my clients in and train them there. And one of the kids that's on the football team came from Ellsbury. And he was pretty much down, depressed, like didn't talk to nobody, anything like that. Like, it was a sad situation, pretty much. Really wanted to be back home, everything else. But his dad had him training with me, and I want to say within like a month, like the kid had made a whole 360 as far as not even physically, but just mentally. Respected his parents more, smiled more, was happy all the time. Like, really just made a big impact on his life. And his dad came to me after the session. He was like, hey, I own a construction company. You know, I was looking for a space like this to rent out. Like, the facilities really that I was training in weren't nothing but like big warehouses with turf and a weight room. And so he was saying he knows a lot of these type of spaces. He needs one to store his stuff, but he won't need the whole area. And I was like, okay, well, I mean, my goal is for me to have a gym at some point. And the next day he texted me and he was like, hey, meet me at this place, come check it out. And honestly, it was that's where it came from. We ran off with it from there. I called him on my way to the meeting, and I was like, hey, I'm about to meet for this building. Like, you want me to bring your name up? He was like, oh, absolutely. And and I literally asked that. I was like, so because I'm gonna be completely transparent. He put a good amount of money into this business. And that would, and like being young black man, and again, be transparent. He is probably 50 something, probably like a mid 50-year-old white man from Ellsbury. Well, he's from St. Charles, moved out to Ellsbury. Like, so me and him offered, like, bro, nah, it got to be something else to it. Like, there's no
too good to be true.
Yeah, it's too good to be true, bro. Like, it's not no way. Like, me and him having meetings with the dude, being like, you know, being cool and everything else. Then he would leave. We'd be like, oh no, it's something going on. Like, ain't no way. So one day we really just kind of asked him, like, bro, like, what's the catch? Like, what else is it to it, man? And he literally told me, he was like,
we give him life.
We give him life. We give him energy. Like, he's always wanted to do something like this. And then he really brought up the impact that I made on his youngest son. And he was like, the way that you worked with him, like, his parent, I couldn't do that. Like, that's all I needed to see. And so it's honestly a huge blessing. Amazing happening.
Grew a relationship with them and the family.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight, because I remember what the word of the day was, right?
Trust.
Like, sometimes y'all almost slipped into a frame of mind that would have blocked your blessing. Like, this can't be what it appears to be, and because of trust issues, older white guy, young black guys, somehow we're gonna self-sabotage. We're gonna mess this up because this can't be as authentic as we think it is. But thank God y'all did not go there. So I hope that those who are listening are starting to understand the power in excellence. You didn't do nothing for that kid that you don't do for every other kid because of your makeup. And hey, I just want to be effective in my training, not just physically, but emotionally, socially. I understand what these kids are going through. So I just want to help them break out of that shell. And because you stayed true to your authentic self, like, hey, this is just how I do business. This is just how I train. I don't train the physical body. I train the whole person. And because of that, here you guys go with an acceleration of what y'all thought was going to take y'all 2 years. Now, within less than a year, you got your own facility. You guys are up and running. And now you got a wonderful relationship with someone who believes in you. Talk about that part when you guys realize that, no, there's no catch. Like, no, this is someone who wants to pour into us because they see what we're doing in and for the community. What was the shift into, okay, no, this is real, this is happening now? What kind of mind frame did you guys get into from that point?
What really I say hit us?
It's a lot. It's a lot. Like, when you have a question, a question, God answers it. And he'll do it in some different ways.
Yes.
Like, for instance, one thing that I explained with him, like this, I wish I could show you guys the facility, but this facility didn't look anything like how it looks. Like, all the walls were white. We didn't have any turf in the back, no weight room. We had to take out a ceiling, a wall, make a whole another room. We had to remove a sauna from another building, bring it over here.
Yes.
And that was honestly thanks to his construction company. But we were here every day, part of the process, just seeing what's going on, seeing if, just trying to fill everything out, and just the vibe of him, and the word of the day, trust.
He trusted us first. That's what he kept saying. And then seeing somebody that trusted me full gut, full off of just something so little that's not, you know what I'm saying, giving them money or just because of being a good person, and somebody else seeing that in you, that's a hard blessing and a hard feeling to block. Even trying to be a prideful black man or just anybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And seeing him and him looking at us in our eyes and saying that you guys give us light and energy and like that's a good feeling. And I can't let him down for that. And that's what he wanted to do. And like we can help a older man do that, his dream, two young black men. They're 23, you know what I'm saying? That's his older dream and that he's not doing it, but then we can help him do it. That's what really hit me, seeing it like that instead of just business aspect.
Man, that to me is a story for the ages, like doing what you love to do and then having someone recognize it, not just and pat you on the back, but say, you know what, the timing of you guys meeting his son and you training his son and him needing a facility to store his equipment. I was just looking at buildings, and if I get a building too small, then I might end up getting another building. But if I get a building too big, what am I going to do with the extra space? And you guys are ultimately going to have a space of your own. Why not now? Why not just kill two birds with one stone? I see what you guys are doing. I trust that you guys are going to do the right thing with this space. I trust that you guys are committed to building a business. And if I let you into this space, you guys are going to do what needs to be done to grow into the entrepreneurs that you can become. A lot of people don't understand this about successful people, that they want to share their knowledge. They want to share their wisdom. They want to share their resources, but only with people who are not going to waste their time. And I get the sense that looking at your logo on the wall, that y'all ain't wasting this man's time. Like, hey, we got blessed to open this facility. Let's run with this blessing and make it work. Talk about how you guys pulled it all together. Did you guys, as young black men, have to get financing from an institution, family and friends? How do you guys finance the build out of the whole situation to get
So
it
again, the word trust.
Trust.
I call him the man with the plan. The same person that owned the construction company, and I'll put his nickname out there. We call him Butch. He the one that funded it. It was his son that I was training. He the one funded it, and didn't ask for anything in return other than do y'all thing, pretty much. And
that's what
that's
him saying you trust us, and then showing actions that you trust us, and then saying that like he's had multiple businesses, you know what I'm saying, throughout his whole life. He told us, and
he owned a bunch now.
And a lot failed, he said, before, you know what I'm saying, this happened. And he said we move way smoother and smarter than grown men that he's helped businesses for, you know what I'm saying, that failed. And then he always says we're always 10 steps ahead. We're always ready, so we don't have to get ready.
Love it.
So, like, seeing him actually doing action to trust us, like here, and not giving us like just rules and this is what we're doing. You just here, go do your thing.
Yeah. Where they do that at, right?
Right. Exactly.
Oh, I have to ask for money back then and tell her what I'm gonna go do with the money. You know what I mean? I have to tell her where I'm about to go and tell her how I'm about to run this thing. Or like, you're trusting me.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we do got to run that money back.
You know,
but I mean, that's the easy part. Once you get to that position.
Yes.
So that's what it comes down to, like
working so hard and then like getting a blessing to where you don't have to do nothing extra.
Yeah. I mean, and that is a true blessing, right? To because I'm sure you guys know the numbers, right? What would you have had to come out of pocket to build out that facility? And then being young Black men, first time business owners, you just can't go walk into a bank and say, hey, give me tens of thousands of dollars to do this fitness business, right? So that I can get the equipment that I need. So you guys got all of that through a relationship that came through you walking in your purpose and walking in excellence. Hey man, I'm just doing what I do. I help people overcome their challenges physically, and while I'm in their presence, I might as well talk to them about how they're going emotionally, socially, and everything else, and encourage and uplift them to the best of my ability. A lot of times entrepreneurs don't get that all businesses are relationship businesses. They all are, right? All of them are. We look at our business. You guys are in the fitness space. So sometimes it gets confused that, hey, I'm in a fitness business. No, you're not. You're in a relationship business because you got to build relationships with the people that you are training in order for them to break down the walls that you need them to break down to really get to do the work that you are supposed to be doing.
Absolutely.
So that's amazing. So now let's talk about the entrepreneurial journey. How's it treating you as I'm sure you guys went through a grand opening, so to speak. What was that experience like? And finally saying, hey, this thing has been a blessing on top of a blessing on top of a blessing, but now we got to open these doors and now we got to get to work, right? What was that experience like?
It was so the grand opening was amazing. We didn't expect as many people to show up as they did. It was over 100 people that showed up throughout the day. Came and supported. We had food, everything. It was a whole bunch of kids here. Everybody was playing on the turf. I had a live session going on just so people could come in and kind of watch what was going on. And from that point, that kind of is when people saw the difference between our space and other gyms. What we do here is not like you walk in here, we just tell you work out, blah, blah, blah. When you come here, you're going to feel like you in a different type of environment. You in a different space. People love it. That's the easiest thing I can say is that people love it. The entrepreneurship part, of course, it's always going to be hard. It's going to be a grind. Like our building is right here. We literally have a CrossFit building right across the street
that I'm looking at right now.
So, and then it's another Emerge Fitness that's right around the corner from here, and then it's a masseuse place, wellness place that's right across the highway. So we in the area for competition, but one thing that football taught us is we don't run from nothing. So and that's what we strive for. Yeah, that literally competition and seeing other people succeed or do better than us is what give us motivation. There's no reason to hate.
It's not even hating. It's just I see you. I see what I can do.
So it's definitely a grind, but when it come down to it, and you said it first, like y'all doing something that you love to do. My biggest thing once I got older was I'd rather not have a whole bunch of money, but wake up every day and go to my job with a smile on my face, genuinely happy, than wake up, be rich, and hate what I'm doing.
Right. I love that. So would you say that your primary target, you guys love training young athletes, right? Is that the primary? I know you got the space that anybody can come train, but is that your market?
I would say younger athletes, younger athletes, because like this is his biggest thing. He's a trainer, but this is teaching. We're teachers, actually, to be honest, more than anything. Besides training, we're teaching. No matter what we're doing, we're teaching them. Yeah. So like to teach them and actually seeing somebody else look up and actually listen is amazing. And then with the older generation, them actually listening to you and then them giving you knowledge.
Yeah.
Both of that right there, like you just that's the best part about this job to me. Is the knowledge.
The target is definitely like initially we definitely wanted a target audience, but as we kind of went along, we realized like the men, like the grown men, they not really fond of it for whatever reason. But when I tell you, I've had so much success with like older women clients coming in and filling a space where they feel comfortable to work out. Like we got a sauna in here, everything. Like it's just a different type of environment. And then the kids that come in here, like going off of what he said, those kids look at us as brothers, trainers, teachers, protectors, cousins, anything you can name it, because that's how that's what we provide for them. When we need to get on your head, we're gonna get on your head. When we need to put you on game, we're gonna put you on game. When we need to teach you something, we're gonna teach you something.
Our hospitality is good.
Yes.
Very A1, I would say.
Not even A1, it's priceless. That's what I would say. Definitely. Yeah.
I love that, man. I used to do so when as a youth basketball coach and trainer, I would train the kids on the Vertimax, and I would always try to help them understand the attitude with which they bring into the training session had a lot to do with the outcome, right? Some of the kids came in and they saw training as punishment. And when you look at it like that, you don't get the results, right? You training on the Vertimax and you still can't dunk yet. These other kids who are looking at training as a reward, and their body is rewarding them for it. So they're getting results faster because of the attitude. So it sounds like you guys are helping these young athletes understand that there's levels to this. And if someone has to beg you to go and train to get better, you're not going to get any better.
And you shouldn't be doing it. And you shouldn't be doing it then. And that's literally one of my biggest things. I got a kid right now who he kind of be up and down when he comes. Like anytime it literally is a testimony to what you said. Anytime he get mad or frustrated because he's not doing the right, he looks horrible. Anytime he put a smile on his face, thinking positive, in his zone, dude look like a 5-star athlete. So that's attitude. It has a huge effect on how your body performs, and that's something I didn't learn until I started becoming a trainer. Because I can speak for both of us. When we was playing football, our attitude was horrible.
Yeah,
like we were still good. We were still good because we put in the work. But attitude was, we got to do this. We got to do this. We didn't really look at it like, we out here getting better. No, my dad made us. We was in football season. I will always remember this. We'd be in football season. My dad would make, and like our house was the house where, the players came over, like him and a couple other guys. If we was all over there, it was football season. We in the garage dribbling basketballs, getting ready for basketball season.
For like 3 hours.
3 hours doing all basketball drills. We 19 years old.
And then going to do some yard work.
Man, I wasn't even gonna bring that up. But honestly, going through all of that gives us the attitude we got now. And that's why we have so much passion, so much love for what we do currently. And I'm sure some of these kids probably be like, bro, leave me alone. It's different. We care about these kids a lot. And it almost doesn't make sense sometimes. Like, I just met you you didn't have 2 sessions with me. and I'm already treating you like you family, like. But kids feed off of that. They love it, and it keeps them in entertained. It keeps them here. It keeps them coming back, not just to train, even just to, like I said at the beginning, just to come kick it. And couldn't imagine anything better.
They're just gonna come, you know what I'm saying, do a 20-minute recovery, you know what I'm saying, massage, or I'll put the leg compressor on their legs, and they'll just sit there and just talk to me. Literally just sit there and talk and just, you know what I'm saying, and like, that's amazing. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, and I think as many outlets as we can create for our children to express themselves emotionally is good, right? Some of these kids don't have anyone that they can talk to about not just the sports stuff, because you guys know as young athletes that there's a lot of stuff going on in the field of competition, in the politics of the game, managing your life as an athlete in school and your social life as an athlete, how you look at the responsibility that comes with trying to be a representative, a positive representative of your school and your organization. Those brings all different types of pressures, and sometimes not having someone to talk to about those things can cause a kid to really lose it, or to walk in anxiety and depression and all sorts of social ills. So I'm super excited that it's not just about the fitness with you guys, and that's what I'm hearing, that it's about the whole person that stands in front of you. You want to help make sure that you guys are taking care of the whole person and not just their physical body. So tell everybody, man, you guys got any specials going on? How can they connect with you guys? What's the best way for them to come and tour the facility, get signed up for some classes or some workshops? What do you guys got going on?
So as far as specials, this was kind of like an executive decision with inflation and everything else going on. Like, just come in, honestly. Just come in. We work with people, especially the community. And the best way to get in contact with us is Instagram, Facebook.
Our website's linked to
our website. Should be linked to everything. And then we had 2089 Exchange Drive in St. Charles, Missouri. Honestly, the reason we keep saying the best way is just to come in is because it's different from sitting there texting somebody.
Yes.
Right.
And once people come in, they
feel our energy.
They feel the energy. They sign up right away.
Nice. I love that. Ladies and gentlemen, these brothers are doing something amazing, hence the name, Amaysing Fitness.
Yes,
and you guys got to go check them out. So I'm going to throw the Instagram handle in here as well. You guys make sure y'all go follow them on IG. Check out what they got going on. Talk about the aroma recovery. What the heck is that?
That is my side. That is part of my massages, my regular massages. That's for my spa course. I took a spa course as well after I got my certification, just to change it up, get something different, not just do massages, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the aroma is, I'm big on like smelling good. I like smelling good. I love having the gym. Our gym smells amazing. I wish
we got the best smelling gym.
I can tell you that right now.
Swear to God.
Wait a minute. Y'all don't have that stale smelling funk box of a gym like every other gym you go into?
We don't do that. You gonna walk in here. You gonna walk in here and think some females work.
Yeah, I'm a germophobic and smell. We don't do that. But the aroma is just to relax. You know what I'm saying? Ease your mind, purify, happiness, good energies, good auras.
Yeah.
And just keep the gym. Like I stay at the gym every morning. Just to having different energies walking in, I stay at the gym every morning. So just the different good aromas and keep everybody in line with themselves. That's what probably it helps them. So like it's just a good different thing.
So now y'all got mind, body, and spirit going on up in this.
Oh yeah,
man.
Yes.
That's a whole nother thing, man. People don't get that when they go to the gym.
That's where the phrase "health is wealth" comes from. People just take that health part and think it's just this when it's everything.
I mean, I pray every morning at that stage and pray for everybody that walks in here to have a good day. Just to get away, to restart, you know what I'm saying? Bring your negativity to me. And I'll take care of it, you know what I mean? I'll take care of it. At the end of the day, I'll wipe it off me. You don't need to come in, take it off, and go out, you know what I'm saying? Go do your thing with the world.
Man, amazing, man. Thank you guys so much for connecting with me. I know this was short notice. We just met last week, but I had to bring you guys on because the St. Louis Hustle podcast is just that. It's all about the St. Louis hustle, the grit, the grind, whether it is entrepreneurship, whether it's politics, whether it's social activism. It's about people doing positive things to affect the lives of St. Louisans in a positive way. And you guys are certainly doing that, starting with the young folks. What's the youngest you guys train? I've got my son is in college, and he's always been a disciplined trainer of himself. But now I think I'll have him come to you guys for a few sessions before he goes back to school in August. But what's the youngest you guys train?
Honestly, we've had, how old is Carter? Like 6?
Third grade?
Nah, we're not even going by that. Carter is 6 years old. He come in here and train all the time with his mom. Nah, like
my son comes in here and he's 4.
Yeah, like we make it work.
Yeah.
We make it work, but
and you said some of the kids coming in and training with his mom, right?
Oh yeah, so my cousin comes in and she brings her son and he's 6. I'll give her workout, everything else, and then I'll take him over to the turf area and do speed and agility with him.
Yeah, that's dope, because one of the things that we need to start doing as a community is creating spaces where we can work out together as a family, right? When one person gets on a health kick, it's easier for that person to stay on the health kick if the entire family is on the health kick at the same time. So you guys got the space where obviously kids are welcome. So go sign up for a workout plan, a class, and take your babies with them and let them know that they got to bring their track shoes too, because they can get some work in when they show up as well. Appreciate you guys again. The website is Amaysing Fitness. That's AMAYSING Fitness STL. Make sure y'all check them out. The Instagram handle is in the comments and the show notes as well. We've been listening to and learning from the owners, young Black men owning a fitness facility because of a series of blessings that showed up in their lives because they are out here being a blessing to other people. So, man, time flew by. We got to wrap this thing up. So until we talk to you guys next time, I want you to get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. So hustle up.